Sarah said, he really wanted to have a baby right away. I wouldn't leave him for work like you do, so I told him I wanted to have a baby with him. I just stood there, listening to my friend's words, not knowing how to react. We had our issues, but I still loved my husband, and I thought we had a good relationship, but it seemed I was the only one who thought that way. My name is Lily. I'm 30 years old, and I work as a system engineer. A year ago, I married Jack. We were college friends, but after graduation, we lost touch for a while. We ran into each other again 3 years ago and kept in touch since. Jack can be a little controlling sometimes, but he's cheerful and kind. I was tired from work, and I liked how his positive energy made me feel better. About a year into our relationship, Jack asked if I wanted to move in with him. I felt lonely because we didn't get to spend enough time together, so I said yes. But then his mom stepped in. No, it's not right. You shouldn't live together before marriage. If you want to live together, get married first, she said. I was confused by what Jack's mom said. In some ways, I thought she had a point, but I didn't like how she was trying to control her 27-year-old son. My parents always let me make my own decisions, so her interference was strange to me. What bothered me even more was how Jack just went along with her opinion. Well, how about we get married then? After talking it over, I learned that many people think like his mom. In the end, I decided to marry Jack because I loved him and wanted to be with him. But that didn't solve everything. His mom continued to get involved in our new home. It should be near Jack's work. It should be close to my house. She even wanted us to buy a house. I couldn't take it anymore, so I decided to talk to her directly. Jack and I will handle the house decision ourselves. I'm saying this because I care about your future, I know I appreciate that, but we want to make our own choices. She laughed at my words, almost as if she thought she was better than me. I'm sorry, but I think the reason your parents didn't interfere is that they don't care about you enough, do they? What do you mean? I mean, your parents are doctors, right? But you're not. It was true that my parents were doctors, but I never wanted to follow in their footsteps. They never pushed me to become one either. I didn't expect Jack's mom to bring it up like that. When I stayed silent, Jack spoke up, "Mom, that's enough." His mom, upset that Jack defended me, grew angry, and that was the end of the conversation. I've always felt that Jack's mom and I didn't get along well. After that, her opinions and mine clashed more often. Jack tried to please everyone, but there were no real solutions. Finally, my husband, Ben, found a new condo for us. It was close to both our jobs and also near his parents' house. I started feeling sorry for Ben, caught between me and his mom. I was also getting tired of all the tension and didn't want to drag the issue out any longer. We decided to buy the condo that Ben had worked so hard to find for us. Ben's mom was unhappy about it not being a house, but she backed off after Ben's dad warned her. We spent most of our savings on the condo's down payment, but we were happy with the convenience of the new place. But the issues with my mother-in-law were far from over. She had always been involved in our lives, and I soon realized she had been holding back before we got married. Once we were married, she started sending me daily messages like, "Are the kids here yet? When are you going to quit your job?" The stress of it all made me talk to Ben about it. "I don't think Mom means to upset you," Ben told me. That's when I realized Ben wasn't much help when it came to dealing with his mom. I told his mom that we would decide about kids on our own and that I wasn't planning to quit my job. She cried to Ben, saying, "I'm just trying to help her," but she doesn't listen to me at all. Lily must have always hated me. She's paranoid. Ben didn't fully believe his mom, but he said, "Mom's sensitive, so please be gentle with her." I realized he didn't truly understand his own mom. How could she be sensitive when she was so pushy? I got fed up and decided to stop dealing with her. Whenever she tried to talk to me, I would say, "Please ask Ben." But I knew I couldn't live like this forever. Then my boss told me about a job opportunity overseas. I really wanted to go, so I begged Ben to let me. At first he was hesitant, but I kept trying to convince him. "Honey, I'll work on improving my relationship with your mom when I get back." Eventually, I convinced him, even though it was only for a year. I was thrilled about the opportunity. 6 months later, my job was going well, and I was really enjoying it. Then, I got an unexpected phone call. "It's been a while, Lily. Remember me?" "Vicky." "Of course, it's been so long." "What's up?" It was Vicky from college. I hadn't heard from her since graduation. I was happy to hear from an old friend, but I wondered why she was calling me. I'm dating Ben. What? Ben said he was going to divorce you. So Lily, if he asks for a divorce, don't fight it, Vicky said, shocking me. Wait, what? You're dating Ben. Does that mean you're having an affair? No, it's not just an affair. I've loved him for years. If you hadn't come into the picture, I would have married him by now. Vicky's words left me speechless. I remembered hearing a rumor back in college that Vicky liked Ben, but that was 7 years ago, and she had a boyfriend at the time. I had completely forgotten about it. Vicky went on, upset. She had been in love with Ben since college, but he had a girlfriend, so she gave up and found her own boyfriend. When she heard Ben broke up with the girlfriend, she thought this was her chance. But then, Ben ended up dating and marrying me. I've always loved him, but I thought I had to give up when you two got married. But then I found out you were going abroad, and I couldn't just sit back anymore. I remembered Vicky as sweet and quiet, so I was shocked by how bold she was now. According to her, as soon as she learned I was going overseas, she started pursuing Ben. At first, he didn't take her seriously, but eventually, they started an affair. I'll give you alimony, but you need to leave Ben, she said. Wait, I'm confused. This is too much to handle. I need time to process this, I replied, overwhelmed. Vicky kept talking, but I hung up the phone. From the call, it seemed like Vicky was really attached to Ben. If I believed her, she and Ben were having an affair. But I didn't think it was wise to trust her side of the story without hearing Ben's. I decided I'd talk to Ben when I could, but I didn't realize how much Vicky was invested in him. Then Vicky sent me an audio file. When I listened to it, I heard my ex-husband, Ben, saying he wanted to divorce me and marry Vicky. She also sent me photos of them together, looking very close. There were also conversations between Ben, Vicky, and my mother-in-law. My mother-in-law had always been against me going abroad, and it turned out she wanted me to divorce Ben so Vicky could marry him. The conversation was full of nasty comments about me, and I knew then that I had no choice but to divorce Ben. I needed to come home to take care of the formalities, but I was busy with work and couldn't take time off. Just when I was struggling, I received a call from Ben. I nervously picked up the phone. Hey, it's me, Lily. I filed for divorce, he said. What? And I'm taking the house. You can stay there and work. Even if you come back, you won't have a place to stay. I was shocked by what he said. What do you mean you filed for divorce? Isn't that ridiculous? At first, I was shocked, but then I felt a sense of relief. With Ben taking this step, I wouldn't get any more pictures or audio from Vicky. The constant evidence of their affair had been weighing on me, and now I thought I wouldn't have to deal with it anymore. It made me feel lighter. Okay, I understand. Ben didn't expect me to be so calm and happy about it. Are you sure about this? We're getting a divorce. Yes, I'm sure. There was a rustling sound on the other end of the line, and I realized it was my mother-in-law. She wanted to speak with me too. Hey Lily, hi, it's been a while. As you probably heard from Ben, we're in the process of getting divorced, and there's no home for you to come back to. My mother-in-law was repeating what Ben had said. I didn't want to say anything to her, so I stayed quiet. She took advantage of my silence to keep talking. I was against your marriage from the start. Leaving your husband to go abroad for work is crazy. I told you to have kids right away, but you wouldn't listen. You're the reason for this divorce. Don't expect any alimony from me. There were so many things I wanted to say to her, but I knew she wouldn't listen. I was getting frustrated just hearing her voice. Then it hit me. I was no longer married to Ben, so this woman was a stranger to me now. I didn't have to listen to her anymore. I didn't have to put up with her constant interference because she was my husband's mother. Now she was just someone I didn't need to deal with. Sorry, but can I go now? I politely asked. My mother-in-law wasn't happy with that and kept talking. I'm busy. I'll hang up now. Wait a minute. No, I have to go. I guess I won't talk to you again. Goodbye and good luck. She kept talking, but I didn't care anymore and hung up. I felt exhilarated. I had loved Ben, but I knew I couldn't stay married to him. I felt a weight lifted off my shoulders, but the story didn't end there. 3 months later, Ben started calling me over and over again. At first, I ignored his calls, but then I thought if he was calling so much, something bad must have happened. So I decided to pick up. Lily, thank God. What is it? You've been calling a lot. I need you. For a moment, I didn't understand what Ben was saying, but I realized I didn't want to answer his call. We can start over. It's not too late. What do you mean it's not too late? You didn't file for divorce. I did, but why don't we just get married again? I tried not to laugh. Ben didn't know that I knew about his affair with Vicky. Married again? You married Vicky, didn't you? What? How did you know? Vicky sent me a picture of you two holding the marriage certificate. Don't tell me you and Vicky are already divorced. No, not yet. We're not divorced yet. Well, I guess that makes sense. Vicky seems pretty obsessed with you. I don't think she would agree to divorce you so easily, but all you have to do is file for divorce, right? I'm telling you, it's not a good idea. Then what am I supposed to do? Why don't you just be happy with Vicky? She seems to get along well with your mom. Besides, she loves you a lot, doesn't she? I wanted to say so much to Ben, but I didn't want to be involved with him anymore. I don't want to be with her anymore. That's impossible. Vicky tricked me. Tricked you? What do you mean? I asked my ex-husband Ben, unsure of what he meant. He thought he could get a lot of money by marrying Vicky. I had a pretty good idea about the money. Vicky told me how much money she had saved to be with me, but after we got married, she claimed she didn't have it anymore because she spent it on marrying me. Yeah, that's alimony for me. Ben didn't understand, so I explained it to him. Vicky prepared a big alimony payment for me. What? Why would she do that? So I wouldn't try to get you back. She loves you that much. I'm so glad she loves you so much. Yes. The truth was, from the first time Vicky contacted me, she promised she would pay me alimony if I divorced Ben. I didn't believe her at first, but then she contacted me after finding out about the divorce and wanted to pay me alimony. I gave her my bank details and she sent me $60,000. I was shocked, so I called Vicky and she told me, "Take the money, but stay away from Ben forever." I tried to contact her again, but her answer was always the same. I was confused, so I asked a friend for advice. If she's offering you money, just take it. You haven't even divided the property yet, right? That was true, so I decided to take it. I could have asked for a share of the property and extra money for the affair, but $60,000 from her was a lot. It was best not to tell Ben about it. That didn't feel right. Give me back my money. It's not your money. It's Vicky's money. If she wants it back, I'll give her back more than what she paid. Really, you will. Then I heard Vicky's voice behind Ben. Ben. He quickly hung up the phone, and I never heard from him again. Later, one of my college friends told me that Vicky was very controlling and had deleted my contact info from Ben's phone. When she found out about the alimony, she got angry and asked if he was just after money. Vicky also got jealous of my ex-mother-in-law. They had a good relationship before the marriage, but now they didn't get along. Ben seems mentally trapped by Vicky's controlling behavior. My mother-in-law thought she had found the perfect wife for Ben, but she was wrong. Now she can't even talk to her son. It's sad to hear about it. If I hadn't gone abroad, it might have been worse. Every day, I'm thankful that I left. Recently, I was offered to extend my overseas assignment from 1 year to 3 years. Of course, I said yes. I'm living a fulfilling life, focusing on my work. Thanks for watching till the end. Please subscribe if you liked the video. See you next time.